name is Ruth Arnold. My main blog is geekmummy.com, which I started in August 2010. But my first blog was 8 years ago. I started blogging in 2005 with a live journal blog and have gradually moved on to bigger and better things throughout that. I also produce a weekly podcast called Parental Geekery with my husband. I first started blogging many years ago because it was new and I had friends who were doing it and I thought I'd just give it a go. I started my Geek Mummy blog because I was on maternity leave after having my second child and I didn't have enough to do with a toddler and a baby in the house, so I thought I'll start a blog as well. I started off on LiveJournal, which was a hosted platform, and I looked to move off that when my husband and I started our first podcast, and we wanted to have a blog to go with the podcast, and we needed to do some things that you couldn't do on LiveJournal. So I did a load of research at the time, and all the answers kept coming back, oh, you need to be WordPress self-hosted to do that. So on the recommendation of other podcasters and other bloggers, I tried going onto self-hosted WordPress, and I've done that ever since. And now every new blog that I start now goes straight onto self-hosted. For me, the benefits of being self-hosted are having complete control of my blog in terms of the way it looks and the content that I put on it. You know, I know that it's mine. I can put whatever I like on it, provided it's not libelous. And you know, if I have any problems, I can pick it up and I can move it around. So it's primarily about the control, but it's also about being able to put plugins on and add little bits of functionality to it just to make it exactly the way I want it to be. When I first started with self-hosted WordPress, I just went to the hosting company that my husband already had an account with and started my blogs there. But as time went by, I was finding them a bit slow to respond, their support wasn't great, so I started looking around. And that's when I started looking for personal recommendations, so just reaching out to other bloggers and finding out who they were hosted with and who they would recommend. And tsoHost came up again and again and again, and I thought, I'm going to have to check these guys out. And I think what drew me to tsoHost was the quality of the support, actually. The fact that you can pick the phone up and the person who answers the phone is somebody who is technical enough to understand what you're talking about and give you an answer there and then. I've had a really good experience with tsoHost. I think the pricing is brilliant for what you get on a blogging platform, and I think tsoHost offers a lot of extras that you don't necessarily get with other hosting platforms. I particularly like how responsive tsoHost are, how much they will help bloggers. I love their free migration service, so if you're at all worried about moving your blog onto self-hosted, they'll hold your hand every step of the way. I love the fact that the support lines are open in the evening, which is when I do most of my blogging. So if I have a problem, I can pick the phone up at 10 to 11 at night and somebody will answer the phone for me. I love how friendly you guys are. It's been a really reliable service. I've only had to raise one support ticket since I've been with you guys, and everything's been dealt with promptly and in a very friendly manner.